I'm going to do a tumbler set, which include the tumbler, which you see here, and I'm going to show you everything that you're going to need. So you're going to need your tumbler. You really don't need the white, which is I can't think of the name of it, brain freeze. But you want to alcohol, because even though the tumblers are new and coming straight out the box, you don't know. So you just want to make sure it's clean. So you're going to alcohol it, get a clean cloth, wipe it down. You're going to need some heat resistant tape, which I have my machine. Which if you don't have one, if you do a lot of making a lot of cups, tumblers, and things in that nature, I advise you to get one of these. It's definitely helpful. As you see, it helps with your tape. It helps you free your hand up. You see that? So you're going to need that. You're going to need a heat gun, and the heat gun is for the shrink wrap paper to put your tumbler in. And then I'm going to make a keychain. So here are the keychains. Those are the blinks, sublimation. These are the coasters. You're going to need your design, which are, and I bent the paper. I'm going to use that so it don't matter, because that's going to go for that. You're going to need your design. Here's the mouse pad. And you're going to need whatever you're going to use to make your cup. I'm using my Cricut Easy Press. So here are the supplies that I showed you. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep everything before I start to press it. So right now I'm going to get the lint roller, and I'm just going to roll over all my items that I am going to be using today. So I wasn't sure which coaster I'm using, so I lint roll both the round one and the square one. So you definitely want to always lint roll anything that you're going to press, because you never know what type of items are on there. And when you use a when you're sublimating, you definitely want to lint roll, because you will have like little blue spectral dots. If you will have to do it in order to know what I'm talking about. And that's something you don't want to come across, because it will mess up your item, whatever you're making. Because once you're done, you'll have like, it look like little clouds or little stars on your shirt, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is you're making. So you definitely want to make sure you give it a nice good lint roll. All I'm doing here is I'm just, like I said, I'm prepping. So I'm taping down my design, the mouse pad. I'm pinning it where I want the design to be at on it. And guys, bear with me. This is one of the moments where I really didn't feel like doing it. It was a last minute order, so I had to do it. So I just printed it. As you see, normally I would have used a regular size sheet. I actually use my big paper, but it's okay. It's cool. So yeah, so that's why you see like the design is not all the way to the bottom of the sheet, because that's not a regular 8x5x11. That's a bigger sheet. So yeah, and the reason why I have the second sheet, and as you see, I'm just measuring up, because I didn't feel like going into my Cricut design space and doing all that, because I could have actually went in there, got on the computer, and made the design small to fit, so that whole design would have fit on the mouse pad and the keychain, which I wasn't doing that, because this was just something I decided at the last minute to add as a free gift. So when you're doing certain things for customers, you always want to make sure you give them something, throw them something in free. People like free stuff, and you know I'm not lying, because I know I like every now and then to get something free, something nice. So when the person purchases a tumbler, a shirt, whatever it is, give them something to make them feel like, hey, you appreciate their order. So I'm just lining up where I just want to put the design and what part of the design that I want to put on the coaster and the keychain, so it makes sure it still matches up with the mouse pad, because it was only the mouse pad and the tumbler that they wanted. So I decided, you need a tumbler, you need a coaster, so why not give them a free coaster to go with it? And I threw in a keychain also to go, along with it. So this is what you see here. I'm just, just trying to figure it out, design where I want. I figured it out. As you see, I'm taping it down. You always want to tape your image down, because you don't want it to move as you're pressing. And when you're pressing, if your image move, that will cause ghosting, and you don't want ghosting. And for those who don't know what ghosting is, that's when your image might have moved while you was pressing, or when you went to move your heat, open your heat press, or you're using your easy press and you're sliding it, the image is moving. So it will leave like a white line, and I will show you at the end, because I will show you what ghosting is, and it'll make your image look double. It gives different meanings. Like ghosting, you get different types of ghosting. So, but it's something that you definitely don't want. So here, like I said, I'm just, it's late, so now I'm just cutting it down, because I don't need all of the image. So you definitely want to cut it down to basically to what you really need, and that's going to help when you press it as well, because remember, the ink are going to transfer over, and I don't need all that ink to transfer over, even though I'm going to protect my stuff with a piece of butcher paper, parchment paper. You could use regular copy paper, whatever it is you choose. Like, you want to always use it to protect your stuff. So I know it's preach what you practice. So that's the reason why I'm telling you these things, because some of the stuff, like I said, it was late night, and I didn't feel like going back and forth to grab the thing. So that's why I'm running it down to you, the things that you want to do, and you always want to make sure you do that to protect your stuff. So that's definitely a must. But so like I said, I'm taping my stuff down. As you see, I'm cutting away all the SS paper that I don't need. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the keychain, and it's sublimation. So you want to sublimate when you're dealing with sublimation. The heat is what activate your. The heat is what activate the ink for sublimation. So a lot of times when you print, your stuff gonna look dull or whatever. And remember, when you're dealing with hard surface blanks, most of it gonna come with a little thin plastic coat film on it, but you see me peeling off. So you want to double check for that to make sure that there's no film on it, because you don't want to sublimate on top of that. So you want to always double check to make sure that there's no film. So it's when you're dealing with hard surface like the keychains. I want to say you would get this on mostly like keychains. A lot of the blanks that they have for like doing the Christmas ornaments and things like that. So definitely look out for the plastic on the film. You do not want to sublimate on it. So always double check the item to make sure there's no film on it, because most of it comes with it, because it protects the object until it's ready to be used. So that's why it's on here, so it doesn't get messed up and things like that. So as I was saying, when you pressing, you definitely want to press your stuff anywhere from like, I'm going to say 385 degrees to like 50 seconds, to 60 seconds. Some take more. Some items take a little more than 60 seconds. Some take a little less. So you just have to know your equipment, know what you're working with. You have to know how your heat press or your easy press work. Some people heat press get extremely hot. Some people heat press is like the normal. So you just have to know how your equipment work. Reason why I'm stressing is because I see a lot of people ask questions and want to know what's your temperature, what do you do. So this is why I'm telling you guys, learn your equipment. Learn your equipment. And you probably saying, what you mean learn your equipment? When I say learn your equipment, I mean you using this equipment on a daily basis. So you should know, do it heat up really hot? Do it like you should be able to notice by after a couple of times using it if it heats up hot or if it don't heat up hot. And make sure you want to get you maybe a temperature gun or a thermometer so that way you can monitor it, which is a good thing to do because you need to make sure that your easy press or your heat press is at that right temperature, because the heat is what activate the ink when you're doing sublimation. Sublimation print is dull when you print. As you can see, that print, my image that I printed, even though you can see it's blue because I have my color settings correct. So that's another thing, you want to make sure your settings are correct, because there's no way that your print should come out real dark. When if your print come out real dark, then something is wrong. It's probably when you finish pressing it, is your colors probably is not gonna pop, and you want it to pop. You want your colors to pop. So make sure your settings on your printer is correct. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting all my equipment and stuff together. I'm going to plug up my heat press. Well, I'm not using my heat press. I'm sorry. I'm going to use my easy press because I'm only doing the mouse pad and the keychain and the coaster. So it didn't make sense for me to plug up the big heat press for that when I'm only doing these 3 little items. So I'm going to set everything up, and which is not going to take long. And once everything is set up, we'll be back and we can get started. Okay, so now we ready to press. I have my easy press at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. And as you see, there you have it. It's extremely hot. I don't got my gloves. And I got 2 pair of gloves. Lord knows why I didn't have them with me. And now we're doing the coaster and the key chain. Now the coaster you see has been, so FYI, when you doing coasters, notebooks and things like that, once you finish it, it's gonna have that bend. So you want to put something heavy on top of it so it is straighten it out while it's still hot. So that's why you see me putting the scissors on top of it. So now the keychain is extremely hot, guys. You see me fumbling, it's hot, but I'm trying to get this done. Like I said, it's late and I just wanted to get it done and get it over with. So I love how everything came out, and as I was saying, once you press it, the heat activate. Now you see the colors. You can see the colors. It's extremely hot, guys. It's hot. So here is the mouse pad. I love it. It came out nice. It's beautiful. He's a Giants fan. That's what he asked for. So customer always get what they want. And like I said, I threw in the coaster and the keychain as a bonus gift for being, a customer. So yeah. So the keychain is both, it's 2-sided. So I didn't want to put the same design on both sides. So as you see, I just did it. So now we just going to clean up a little bit. I want to straighten up the area because that part is done. We're going to we're going to turn the easy press off, move it to the side, showing y'all once again everything. I love how it came out. I'm not too too crazy with the other side, but hey, it's free, so they gonna get it anyway. So now we moving on to the cup. So I'm using my Cricut mug press. Like I said, if you haven't made a tumbler inside one of these, I do have a video going into more detail, more depth on how to do the tumbler here, but I will try to walk you through it as I'm doing it now. So you want to prep, you want to turn on your you want to turn that on while you getting everything together, and you should already have everything already out. So now I'm just getting the tumbler out, and with the tumbler, as I was saying at the beginning, you want to make sure that you clean it. So a lot of people use their lint brush, lint roller, and do that. But the best thing to do is get you some alcohol. The higher percentage of the alcohol, the better. You want to get it. You want to spray the alcohol. The best thing to use is the coffee filters. You can get a pack of coffee filter from out the Dollar Tree store, which is probably like you get like anywhere from 50 to 100 in that pack, and those are the best because it won't leave no lint. Or you want to use a lint cloth because you want to spray it and you want to wipe it down. And the reason why you're doing that is because you don't want no fingerprints, anything on it that will affect your design. So that's one of the reasons. And that is the bottom that goes on the bottom of the cup, which is a grip, so it doesn't slide and things like that across the table. It comes with 2 straws. This tumbler set, it came with 2 straws, a metal straw, a plastic straw, and a cleaner. And me, I'm for the metal straw and the thing. I'm also going to throw in some straw toppers just so they could just, to design it up while they're sipping a drink out in public. So not only is your cup is in style, so is your straw. So as you see, I'm taking it out. I'm trying to be as touching the cup as less possible as I can. So now here is the cup. You want to clean it and things like that. And I do apologize because, guys, I ran out of storage and I didn't realize that it had stopped recording. So I try to go back as much as I can. So I turn the cup upside down to put the design on because I want the design to go from top to bottom. So that's the purpose of me doing that. And then I'm going to tape it. And like I said, I do have a video that goes more into detail, more into depth on how to tape it and how to press it inside the easy press. So that is something that I would say to go back and really watch because, like I said, it kind of cut off when I was doing it. But I tried to come back and redo it, as you can see. But I advise you to do that. So now I'm just taking my time and I'm going to tape it. And when you put your design on, you want to make sure you pull it as tight as you can and tape it down. That prevents any air from getting trapped in the paper as you taping it. And you want to tape it down. And I have a video to show you how to do it so you don't have like the seam line. So I do apologize for that part, guys. But like I said, please go back to some of my other videos and you will see how to do that. But here I'm just taping it as good as I can. And as I'm taping it, you can see me, I'm pulling it and pushing the tape down. I'm pushing the tape down. And that's another trick that I do is when I do the bottom, when I tape the rim of my cup and the top of my cup and the bottom of my cup, I like to push it down, like squeeze it and roll it to give it that tight fit, so I know that is tight. So a lot of times when you're doing it, working your cup in the easy press, you will need like a metal spoon, a metal knife or something like that. I used the scissors at that moment because, like I said, I didn't want to go back and forth, so that works as well. And the reason for the scissors is to go on the bottom plate when it's time to flip the cup upside down, because you're going to flip the cup upside down. You're going to press it from the bottom, and then you're going to press it from the top. So for me to go into details here, you have to go back and follow more videos. So here you see me unwrapping my silicone wrap around it, and this silicone wrap is something that I already had the map, and I just cut it into 2 pieces. So I'm just using that instead of going and buy some. Use what I have, but they do have the silicone wrap that you can purchase off of Amazon. But so that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to press it. Like I said, you're going to do 2 press. You're going to press it from the bottom. You're going to press it from then you're going to flip it, and then you're going to press it for the top. So those are the different things that you're going to do when you're making a tumbler inside the Cricut mug press. So yes, guys, I know I keep saying this over and over to go back and watch the previous video. The reason why I keep saying that is because if you really want to learn how to if you really want to learn how to press a tumbler inside the mug press, you would definitely want to go back and watch the video where I actually went step by step and showed you step by step how to do it. So yeah, guys, it's a difference when you're doing it in the Cricut Easy mug press than you're doing it in a tumbler press or a toaster oven or the air fryer. Is different. So yes, each step is different, each process is different. So make sure you go back and watch. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you learned a little something for this video. I tried to give you as much information as I think that you would want to know. I tried to give you as much information as I could, because I figured these are things that you would want to know. So I try to do my best to show you anything that I learned. I try to bring it to you, and I hope vice versa. So it doesn't we all shouldn't have to struggle and lose product. So here is what I'm doing, and what I was showing you when you put it in and you're using the Easy Press is in. And like I said, I lost the camera cut off. I didn't realize it, so you didn't get to see the whole thing, but here it is. So now this is the set. This is how everything came out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Love you guys.